Hello everyone and welcome to the Bargain Bin, a show about speedrunning games all under $20. I'm your host, Midnight Vesper, and if you're new here, here's how this whole thing works. For more current/digital games, we'll be using digital stores like Steam, itch.io, GOG, Epic, etc., to look at the MSRP price of the game. For retro games, we'll be using a wide assortment of price charting websites looking at the loose price or loose count of the game. We do not count any sales or discounts as they vary from time of purchase. Do not forget that we did just end Summer Games Done Quick 2023. But if you forgot, or if you still want to support Doctors Without Borders, our donation page is still up until tonight, June the 5th. So if you still want to donate, there's still that opportunity is out there. And of course, if you missed out on anything in talking about Summer Games Done Quick, you can always hit up the VODs on YouTube. And of course, finally, speaking of YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, head on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, for today's show here on the Bargain Bin, I thought I'd change things up just a smidge. We're still doing a little bit under the $20, but we are doing Summer Games Done Quick backup runs. We have 2 games on our agenda for tonight, and these games were backup runs for Summer Games Done Quick 2023. Later on, we'll be showcasing the very fun Bayonetta, the original Bayonetta, but now we're going to be showcasing Turok 2 Seeds of Evil with Chaos Wolf. How are you doing today, Chaos Wolf?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I got back to my room about 90 minutes ago, so it's been a journey when getting up at like 5 in the morning to an airport, flying all the way back here, and getting straight up ready for this show. But I'm excited for this.
Okay, so here I am in the first level of the Port of Adia. There's some important things that I need to explain here for everyone in the audience to understand. Otherwise, you will have no clue what is going on. So we start out right there, and then right here is this door we cannot pass through. And it turns out that leads to the hub area. Now, in order to break this game, to demonstrate this, I'm going to enable a cheat. This, of course, is not allowed. And in fact, Adon will berate us for using cheats.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
So I just activated fly mode. And as the name implies, I can fly around. But it also allows us to pass through doors. So there it is. And if we go forward, we're now in the hub area. Now, why is this important? Well, although console commands are not allowed in the run, there is a way to acquire fly mode, and the answer might surprise you. So I am going to go back to the title screen now. I'm going to start a new game. Now, the game will ask me, it'll say, cheats are enabled, would you like to disable them? So timing is going to start, and when I click yes in 3, 2, 1, go. So to start off, I'm going to spam space to skip through this cutscene.
Your mission objectives are...
And you'll see right away, like many games from the 90s, we strafe run, or many FPS games from the 90s, we strafe run. And we're going to take a grenade to the face from that dinosaur right there. And we're going to pass up that objective right there. We do not need to do it. All we need to do is collect keys. And now, as we come in here, we need to lose 2 lives. And there's no death pit for us to drop into, so we're going to rely on this meat grinder here of reptoids. They're going to turn us into a nice Turok puree. So there's 1 death. And then we're going to come along here. Hopefully get this guy's attention. He'll throw a grenade. We don't want him to start infighting, so we're going to keep an eye on him. He looks like he's behaving. Okay, that's good. And now we can continue on. We're going to intentionally game over right here. We're going to drop down to 0 lives.
Pistol.
So we got to line up to that tunnel up ahead. I'm going to do a quick safety save. I'm I'm gonna listen to it in audio cue here. Now, what the heck did I just do? So, during the game over screen, we have no idea why, but it gives us fly mode. So we are blindly hoverboard surfing our dead body up there into the teleporter, and it revives us in a state that we call zombie mode. So right now I have 0 health, 0 lives. I cannot be killed. Although it displays 0, I'm still losing health, but it goes into the negative. It's just not shown in game. And now the only thing we gotta do is just collect the rest of the keys and collect another life and cure our zombie mode. And to cure zombie mode, we need to either visit Adon, which is that's a woman's voice that you hear talking every time I pick up a weapon. She can set her health to 100 and cure zombie mode, or we can get a full health, which is a orange cross. Now, the game over abuse that I did there, that's just a general term for everybody, but in the Turok community, we call it a bell slide, because it was named after the bell tolls who discovered it. And we have some other interesting tech that was named after various community members. Personally, I didn't find anything. I'm just the world record holder and the cutest runner. Anyway, so continuing on here. Let's see. Right. So another source of speed tech we do anytime I'm going up an incline, a slope, I will spam jump, and that's, of course, we just move faster. Right here, I'm going to... I kind of jumped a little too soon. So there's a switch in that room, but we can activate it on the other side. Switches are activated similar to, like, in Quake. Like, you just approach it and it activates. There's no need to put any inputs in. Alright. Now, another thing that happens in zombie mode is that we can drop off into a death pit, and since we've already skipped the flag for respawn, what will instead happen is we build up a ton of velocity, and the game, the Kex engine, this is what was ported onto. The Kex engine is very good about keeping the player in bounds, and so that's what happened there. It allowed me to skip that entire catwalking section. And there we are, curing full health, or curing zombie mode with the full health. And we've only got one key left to grab. So there we go, we take that grenade. This hallway here, I don't know why, we're moving too fast, I guess. Their AI doesn't wake up. I'm gonna grab this guy's attention. Let's see, is he gonna throw a grenade? No. There we go, we got one in the back. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this fountain, grab all of that. Normally we would be getting everything's attention and trying to drop our health even lower, but because this is just a showcase, we want to play it safe and ensure that I actually finish the run. Otherwise, I would be playing it way riskier. This is a very hard category, so we want to make sure that we finish. And I'm going to dodge this full health while picking up the extra life. There's a grenade to the face. And here we are. We didn't do any of the objectives, so it puts us right back here where we need to go. And now we have one simple bell slide where we just hold forward. And here we are. Completed level 1 without doing a single objective and having the keys to access level 2 and 3.
Nice.
Now, so I just entered level 3. We do the levels out of order. So we do 1, 3, 5, and then the even levels. Okay, Turok, come on. Hang on. It might be doing that glitch. There's a very rare glitch where it will not let you... Yeah, I think that's what it gave me. So let me... Alright. Anyway, moving along. Oh, you're just gonna do that to me everywhere, huh? See, it wouldn't be a live event if something like that happened. Yeah, there's a glitch where you cannot get out of the water. And that has been the source of many resets for me. But, yeah, as I was saying, so we come here mainly for weapons. We need the Shredder, and then the following level that we do, Hive of the Mantids, not only is the most technical and difficult levels, it also provides the Scorpion missile launcher, which is another very useful weapon. So that was the Shredder I just walked under, but it's out of reach, so we're going to get another one later. But if you were playing casually, that would be where you would get it first. So there's another key, and in this next area, we're going to go into this poison water here. Usually you would have to get... So, let me back up a second. So, Turok 2 has a sort of Metroidvania progression system where you need talismans to give you special powers in order to progress. So, but since we can't die in the poison water, we just go ahead and get this out of the way and grab that, it's called the Primogen Key. That gives us access to the Primogen boss, which is the only thing required to actually finish the game. So I'm fighting against the current on the way back. Once we get out of this tunnel, I'll be able to have full control again. Alright, there we go. Now we have full speed.
Your oxygen is low.
Another thing I grab is the grenade launcher, and that's just really for convenience sake. There's a couple things we gotta take out, and headshots with the plasma rifle are not that reliable, and we have to conserve ammo for other weapons. So, grenade launcher is a good choice.
I do enjoy that when you're watching it on the map, like the map moves, you know, the map moves along with you, but it's your character is always center, and it's just a little tiny, cute little stick figure.
So, yeah, the map helps me to not only navigate, because it's hard to see in the water like that, but it also helps us keep our line straight. So a skip I did there, I failed at the first try, but it saves, I want to say, around a minute and a half. So here's our Shredder. This is essentially a upgrade to the shotgun, and it causes the shots to bounce around and ricochet, and it's extremely broken. Like, it even got nerfed from the initial release of the game, and used to bounce off of enemies, and you could, like, rapidly kill bosses with it. It was so disgustingly strong.
So I did have a question from a lot of people in chat that were asking, what are the similarities or differences in terms of the speedrun between the remastered version on PC and any other version, whether it's like the remastered version on like PlayStation, Switch, if they're on there, or the original versions that came out?
Now, since this is on the Kex engine, none of these tricks that I'm doing can be done in the original. In fact, there's maybe 2 runs total that we know of on Speed Demo's archive of the original version.
Wow.
It's really not... has not really been explored much. So this game, this remaster is where the speedrun really took off. As for the other stuff, this is a very hard bell slide right here, by the way. So we'll get back to that question. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So here's Adon.
Greetings.
So on the console versions, there's a few things that can't be done.
Granted.
I forget exactly what the specifics are. I think maybe there's no strafe running or something like that. Like there's no movement increase from it. Other than that, I don't think anybody's really attempted to run it on console. It's mainly just been a PC thing.
Plasma rifle. Sniper capability.
Well, if anyone's interested, if they have it, I think it'd be really interesting to see if there would be anything similar, you know, different or same.
Force field down.
Okay, so Hive of the Mantids is definitely the most technical level. So that trick I just did, where we call it a crouch shot, where we can kind of shoot out of bounds, then it'll go back into bounds and destroy the generator. There's another way to do that, but I can't quick save currently. It's disabled because I essentially have 0 lives, and the game won't let you quick save. All right, now I'm gonna lower my health a little bit, not too much, because we're playing it a little safe, and we're gonna jump over that full health. And we just picked up the extra life, so I'm going to grab this guy's attention. Our health's a little bit high, but that's what we want. We want to play it safe. So you might take a bit, but that's fine. Go.
Nice job.
All right. So we get a damage boost from this guy if he cooperates this time. He's been weird this week. Let's see, left, and then okay. He's supposed to go over there and fire. He may be off. Yeah, he is off.
Oh no.
It's okay, though. That doesn't save a whole lot of time. Normally, you're supposed to run around and hit switches, so maybe, I want to say 10 seconds of time that it saves. Still, like, third try wasn't bad. Alright, and I'm gonna grab those, because we, part of the speedrun, we want to manage our ammo. So we ensure that we get red shells, because they're very important for taking out things like that. Now, if I did this correctly, we should get red shells down here at this ammo spawner. There we go, that's what we want.
Those type of red shells. I've been playing Mario Party on the plane going home from summer games, and you just said picking up red shells. My mind just went, oh, really? Those are in this game? And then I saw them and went, oh, those.
Yeah, the explosive shells. Okay, so 8's good. I'm gonna pick up a life here. I'm gonna come through here and dodge this full health. I'm going to kill all 4 of these mantid drones. Aim at the floor because it'll bounce up many times, exploding every single time. Killing that soldier very quickly. Normally we just hang back and shoot them on easy mode, but they have way more health, so that's the best way to approach that. And if anybody's wondering why we play on hard for this category, it's because the enemies do more damage. We don't do this on hardcore because you can't get extra lives, and also zombie mode trivializes it, so we've actually banned it for hardcore.
Oh.
Yep, no zombie mode for hardcore. Here's the generator room. We have to do several tricky shots. You can aim kind of in the center here. Take out 2 at once.
Force field generator destroyed. Scorpion
And here's our Scorpion missile launcher. Fires a volley of 3 missiles. But if you have multiple targets, you can take up to 3 at once. And here's the bitrate tunnel. It's probably going to look terrible on stream. There's nothing I can do about it.
I'll let you know when it hits
And
on
we're
my
through.
feed. I really enjoy how when you get to a certain point, he goes, "I am Turok." I don't know why. It just makes me smile. And honestly, it looked fine.
Yeah. Every time you collect a extra life, he will proclaim that he is Turok, which is actually, many people don't know this. It's actually a title, not a name. Our protagonist's name is Joshua, and he carries the mantle of Turok. Grab just one of those and the Firestorm Cannon. Now coming up is a really interesting one. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to explain it beforehand or after I do it. So, right. So when you fall into a death pit, when you have zombie mode, you build up a lot of velocity. And if you buffer your jump, you can, whenever the game returns you to the height of your fall, you can apply all of that built up velocity and do some pretty crazy things. First try, there we go.
Nice.
That's scary.
It looked bad.
So
it
there-
looked bad.
So there's an invisible walkway here. You need a talisman called the Eye of Truth.
Found.
And it's out of reach unless you perform that trick there, where we intentionally fall off. And we're doing this again because the game will put us out of bounds and then push us forward to that teleport to leave the room. And that initial movement at the beginning can kind of bounce around like a pinball, and that was why it was named Riff Ball, after the person who discovered it, Riffampin. Now we've got everything we need, and we're gonna leave here. Let me see if I didn't get the bounce shot. So here we are. I gotta take a sip of water. My mouth is dry from all this talking.
Hey, hydration is important, and chat always. Make sure you always hydrate.
Ammo
And if we get a second, do not forget also real quick, Juneteenth, our annual event celebrating Black Independence, is coming up on June 17th and 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Join us as we highlight the amazing talents of the Black speedrunning community.
Slaughter by the river. Your mission objectives are as follows.
Okay, so we've done all the odd levels. Now we're back here at level 2. This section is really scary. There's these mortar towers that can do a ton of damage to us on the high difficulties. I did do a... Okay, yeah, I'm already hit. There are some health pickups we can recover from this. And I did safety save like right at the start, so if... Yeah, that was a bad angle. Really bad angle. It's random where they'll shoot at. So, and they pretty much just saturated the entire pathway. Made it impassable. So that's unfortunate RNG.
It happens. Now, I noticed that, like you said earlier, you skipped a couple levels, now you're going back and doing them. Is that something that you can just do, like, throughout casually playing the game, or is it in, like, an unlockable feature that you have to get to beforehand?
Anybody can do that for their first playthrough. The game, like in the first level, you pick up the keys for levels 2 and 3. So as long as the game gives you the keys, you can go progress however you want. But the reason why we do it in this order, of course, is for just optimization and getting the right weapons. One last set of mortars. I'm going to pick up that. Okay, we're good. We're good. So, people who've played this before and remember the Triceratops. Actually, it's not a Triceratops. It's a cousin to the Triceratops. It starts with an S. I always forget the name of it. It's at a stables at the beginning of the level, but we don't take it because it's faster to just go on foot. Again, we're just optimizing. There's a lot of slopes there, a lot of ramps, and I just spam jump going up them. And there's no collision on that bridge, so we can just jump right over. And I'm going to do a quick safety save in case this water kills me, because we still don't have the Breath of Life talisman. I am getting my timing way off. There we go.
Nice.
Take it.
First try.
Take a gun or a grenade to the face there. Come on. 25. Hit me a little bit more. Alright, that's good enough. 17. Now, normally you have to go around, collect these 2 keys, slot them into there, wait for this thing to open. But we can line up, and I'm using the mini-map to help me. That raptor missed. There he goes. They are extinct, so he's not very bright. Alright. The hitbox for this switch is very generous, so I just shoot it on the wall there. That lowers the bridge down. It is possible to jump over to this from there, but it's... Well, I'm the world record holder and I've never done it. Not even once. Not in practice, not in a run. There's a few people that can do it, and I always make the argument that they have some kind of special version of the game that allows them to. But I just go around.
Soul baked with joy. Full health.
So we cured zombie mode and collected an extra life. Now I've readied up the Firestorm Cannon, because it has the unique property of being able to shoot through walls and floors. And we're going to set up right here in this spot. I have a pretty much a pixel that I'm looking at here. Okay. And I pulled up the console not to actually enter anything in it, but we're allowed to look at it for information. And basically I just looked to see that a door is opened, meaning that my shooting the switch through the floor was successful. And that saved us from swimming around, and saves us about 20 seconds, I think. I got one still on my tail. Being really annoying. Alright, back to the shredder. And we're going to drop our health a little bit here by letting these spiders gather around us. Alright.
Oh, what if you want to pet those spiders? They look adorable.
Well, if you think those are adorable, wait till the next level.
I can't wait.
And we're gonna line up here. This is another required objective here, where we kill a demon called the Sister of Despair that's causing all the undead to rise. But if you just line up there, you can perform that skip, and that one's just simply called Sister Skip. One thing I did not mention, so after going into zombie mode, our health is exactly 0, and we can still pick up these and cure it. So that's why I'm dodging them. But I want to intentionally take a few hits here. Okay, that should be good. So yeah, if you accidentally pick up even just the small silver health that gives you a +2, you can cure zombie mode, and you don't want that.
This, I mean, while this did come out at the same time as a Resident Evil series, I think the difference of zombies would be is known in the sense of that one you don't necessarily want zombies. This one you want zombies. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Now a little interesting bit of trivia about those zombies. So in the original N64 version, not the I believe it was the black cartridge, and then it was later re-released with a gray cartridge. You could actually, so the zombies have this attack where they throw blood at you. In the black cartridge version, you could turn off blood and they won't be able to hurt you.
Really?
Yes. So in the gray cartridge, it does. There's I think a few other fixes, but that is one thing they fix in it. Okay, so this, we're actually required to get 1 talisman for the run. The rest of them, there's 6 total, but we've all, we've found a way to skip, the sections that require them. All but this one. There's currently no known way to avoid having to use the, Leap of Faith talismans. So we pick it up.
So if someone was going to pick up the N64 version, because I think you said earlier that not many runners that we know of run that version. If someone was going to go off and like pick up a version, what would you think be the better version, the black cart or the gray cart?
I would say it doesn't matter. I mean, if you were to run on the gray card, the only benefit you would get would just the few times you're fighting zombies, you wouldn't take damage, but it's very minimal. If you're playing on easy mode, your things barely scratch you. Like, I think they do 2 points of damage on easy.
Wow. That's easy mode.
So here's our talisman. I'm gonna back out here. Now there's one. Oh, I never even mentioned. So, the life force tokens. I'm gonna quick save real quick for safety. The life force tokens were a triangular shape in the first Turok, and we call them Doritos. They don't have that same shape, but we still just universally call them Doritos. And so there's the yellow and the red variant. The red gives us 10, and we call those the spicy Doritos.
That's a good.
So
yeah.
there was there was one spicy Dorito that cannot be avoided. We have to pick it up because you're locked into that motion whenever you take the leap of faith. So that's why I was
gonna say, does that mean the yellow Doritos are the Cool Ranch ones?
Precisely, yes.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Right, so we're gonna take ammo. I think my health is kind of high for this, but that's fine. Coming up is the dreaded Bell's Hell. It is the hardest bell side in the entire run. If we have time afterward, I could show you. I could come back here and show you just how difficult it is. But just take it from me. This one it kills runs. It has a very low success rate. The timing is very tight. We're gonna set up here. I'm gonna let this guy kill us. And I need to focus, like hyper focus right here. Nope. So after about 8 seconds, it throws us back to the main menu. So you have to get it within that time frame.
Wow.
Okay. I think my position's good. It might be my timing is off. Oh, third try.
Nice.
Third try.
Very nice job.
Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll take that.
Was that one of those moments that you were talking about beforehand, or it's like it may, like if this was like on not a marathon, that would be like a complete reset?
No, the complete resets would be if I fall into a death pit when I'm not supposed to and I can't get out. And there's one of those coming up later in the next level actually. It's not that bad though, but in the event that it does happen, yeah, I would have to use the console to fix it.
Yeah.
So, so I let that thing hit me a few times because this health cannot be avoided. We're gonna do a jumping shot to activate a switch. And there it is, underwater door open. Now, if anybody remembers the original N64 version of this level, this is probably where a lot of people got lost, gave up, and needed to refer to the strategy guide, whatever it may be. This one was the most confusing when you got to the underwater tunnels. Night Dive, another one of their quality of life improvements was to make navigating this not such a pain. But changing a bit of the layouts to make, kind of remove the unneeded, redundant, copy and pasted areas. So we're gonna walk past that key to trigger the bridge to drop, and then we come back for the key. Ignore that message that says mission complete. That is a bug. It always happens when you pick that key up. I don't know why.
I guess that makes sense that in a section like this, that would be a bug. There's a lot of bugs on screen that I see. I'm glad you understood that, actually. I was like, uh-oh. I'm talking about animals here.
Full health.
Alright, so, we've got a pretty difficult, jump here at this waterfall section. It looks easy, but trust me, it's not. It requires a pretty precise setup. We gotta jump at an angle and turn. There we go, second try. Yeah, you gotta look away from it so that, because we strafe run, we end up getting a little bit further distance, and then you have to turn so that Turok will actually ledge grab. So you gotta kind of do that all in one motion.
Torpedo launcher.
And here we get the torpedo launcher to finally move faster in the water. And this is the underwater section that I was talking about earlier. But it is significantly easier now. You still gotta be careful because for some reason the Raptoids, their attack speed is really high when they're underwater. They're most dangerous when they're underwater. So I gotta dodge them. Come through here, and you can just fire a grenade and it'll hit that switch. Not every switch works like that, but that one in particular does. And we want to grab this cave key. This is an objective, but okay, let's actually grab the thing. Now with that in hand, we go back through and we take another path.
So I did see a quick question in chat, and I think it makes sense. As this game was, these type of 90s games made their passions on PC with a lot of the strafing and a lot of that you were talking about. How hard is that to be done on a controller? I assume you're doing keyboard mouse, so that seems to be the easier way for that to happen.
A controller, depending on the type of controller, it can actually be made easier. Like, let's take, for instance, the Xbox 360 controller. That one, you can pretty much lock it into a position fairly easily and make straight lines that way. So I'd say doing it on a controller in some sections would actually not be that bad.
Would it be possible? I know there's a lot of games like more modern first-person shooters or like puzzle platforms where you can do both. Do you think that's something that could be possible later on down the line?
Do both what?
So like you could for one level you could use controller, another level you could use keyboard mouse, so you get the most optimal routing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't really say. I'm not sure if this game even has that kind of where it can transition that quickly. I mean, I've done all right sticking with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Full health.
It's something that maybe in the future someone can, look at or see if they can work around. Or if this gets on other systems like an Xbox, I know there are keyboards for that maybe be another route, so it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all we need is some new blood to try and figure that out.
And if there was someone in chat who's like, maybe I'm that new blood, we may be asking later on down here, so stay tuned as to where you may able to head on out to find more information about that.
Right, that will absolutely... near the end of the run, there'll be plenty of time to talk. Trust me, plenty of time to talk. Because the final portion of the speedrun is just literally... we hold a button to win. It's a very anticlimactic end.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Alright, and now we're going to warp back to the village because we have the Leap of Faith talisman. We needed that for this one remaining Primogen key. So this is the only time in this category that we actually need to backtrack to another level, or previous level. And while we're here, we're also going to grab all these spicy Doritos. So it's easy as that. You just step on the pad and it automatically takes you over. And then we need to come up here for some more. And now we're going to go back to the hub. And we'll do the last remaining level before the final boss.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Well, I know this game came out the mid to late, like 97, I think is when it was. I just love how even in that there's just no expression. So when Turok just goes in there, it's just this deadpan, I'm here.
The Primogen's light. Your mission objectives are as follows. Scorpion missile launcher.
Well, that's Joshua's face. You should see how Seth, the main protagonist of the first game, he was just stuck in a state of pain. Alright. So as you might imagine, we're setting up for another bell slide. Then we're going to grab another life, cure zombie mode while we're at it. Because we're going to do one very soon. So there's 2 of these back to back. And this one next to Bell's Hell is probably the second hardest, I would say. Mainly due to... mainly because it's the timing on it is extremely tight. Oh, first try. First try.
Nice. Way to go.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Alright, so that's the hardest bell slides out of the way. We don't need anything there. We just need it to revive us. Or put us in zombie mode, rather.
Technically, same thing.
Activate that switch. So that was the so the last level is divided into sectors, and each one has a switch that will unlock. We'll pass by it here in a second. So there in the center is the last Primogen key, and we just turn off the first sectors. So I have to visit each one. The second one... I don't know why I'm dodging those lasers. I'm invincible. Force of habit, I guess. Alright. As I mentioned earlier, switches can also be activated from behind their proximity, so I just touch that one there, and we don't have to go around for it. I'm going to go into this... over those fans to lift us up over to that next switch to unlock this door.
I'm sorry, was that a Valorant character I just saw walk past you a minute ago?
Asking the wrong person. I've never played the game.
I just saw like an ape with gold armor, and I'm like, that looks like someone I know from Valorant. But then again, I also had never played Valorant. I just watched trailers for it.
I see. That is a elite guard, and they are pretty scary because this attack right here is broken. His animation doesn't stop. He doesn't stop shooting. It sucks. All right. So scary jump over that death pit, and we got another one right here, and we can't see the path, but we follow these health pickups along the way. And drop back down, and there we go. Our pretty much most of the scary stuff is over with. I would say there's one more bell slide. Once we finish that, the run is pretty much free after that, because the final boss fight is 100% consistent. So I'd say our run is looking pretty good, and we're gonna finish well under estimate.
Full health.
Of course, I don't want to jinx myself
Oh yeah.
too soon, because there are some scary rooms. Now that we have our health restored, we gotta be careful.
Grenade launcher.
Alright, Sector 3. Sector 3 has a couple scary parts, and this is why I'm going to ready up my Scorpion launcher. That laser can't hurt me from here for some reason. And that one we're just going to dodge. They have very terrible tracking. Alright, this guy. This is who we're readying up the Scorpion launcher for, in case he does his attack. There, we took out all of them. Now we've just got one life to pick up. There we go. That's all we need for the rest of the run now. Navigate through these air tunnels again. There is a spot where I'll have to do a safety save because it can cause you to clip through and be sent back like an entire minute, and it will kill your run if you're trying to do PB attempts. Like right there, that for some reason that little tunnel I just went up, you can clip through it and go back a full minute. So I always safety save there in case that happens. because after letting it kill one of my runs once, I never allow that again. Throw that switch, go back, and we're about to pass through what I call the door of 1,000 openings, and you'll hear why.
Oh God, what?
Cerebral bore.
We have no idea why it does that.
It's quite the name though. That name makes sense.
Mario has the 1,000-year door, that Turok 2 has the door of 1,000 openings. Dodge some lasers. Shoot this guy.
Scorpion missile launcher.
See, 51, 47, that's good. Alright, last bell slide is coming up. Pick out that guy. Alright, set up here. So there it is, it won't stop shooting. But that is the last bell slide. And we're gonna pick up those 2 laser cells while also burning our face on the laser grid, just to ensure that our health is below 0. Drop those in for the blue laser cells. And then we take it over here to deposit right here, so that it'll allow us to pass. Let's see, well, you're gonna let me ledge grab? There it goes. Yeah, that one is pretty bad. Sometimes you'll just drop right off into the poison. And here's our final sector switch for the Primogen key, and we just navigate back. And that's it. The run's pretty much free from here.
Nice.
All we have to do is go back to one of the Adon portals and have her warp us back to the hub.
Primogen key found.
Just everything in this level wants to kill you. That one also likes to open a lot. Okay. So, I hope this run's been exciting for everybody, because it's all downhill from here. All right. Now I have a job for chat. I can't see chat right now, but we're going to fall into a death pit and stay there for about 2 minutes. I would like chat to keep up with how many Turok grunts there are. It's repeatedly just...
Oh, goodness.
So what's going to happen, as I said before, we build up momentum, build up velocity very quickly when we're in a death pit. And we have to save up for about 2 minutes, 10 seconds. I do have my live split running right now, so I can tell exactly when I need to do this. But essentially what's going to happen, we're going to apply all of our speed and jump through. There are 3 platforms out of bounds. One starts this cutscene, the other one starts the bad ending, and the last one starts the good ending cutscene. And so what we're going to do is jump through and touch the bad ending platform. And that'll be time. So we're going to drop off right here, and now I'm going to just watch my timer until we get 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and I'm going to hold space to win. But that's it. This is what we do. Eventually we'll become so fast that Turok will start grunting less. I think now would be a good time for shoutouts. So, yeah, thank you again, GDQ, for having me. It's my third hotfix, and this is my all-time favorite FPS game from my childhood. It's my main speed game. Special shout out to Refampin, who was going to run this for GDQ. Shout out to the rest of the Turok community. If you would like to learn this speedrun, first of all, don't start with this category because it will break you. This is not a beginner-friendly category. It's very advanced, but there's an excellent guide by the Bell Tolls. You can learn everything from there. Also, Growth Kaze, the former record holder, he has a good guide for NMG, no major glitches. And yeah, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, where I stream FPS games and other things, speedrun, twitch.tv/chaos_wolf. And that's gonna do it for me. We're just gonna wait about another minute. And there he is. He's trying to taunt us. Believe it or not, this is faster than fighting the boss legitimately. If I were to go out there and actually, do the encounter, it would take me longer. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold space to win. It won't happen right away. We're essentially waiting for that moment where the game will put us back to the top of the fall, and it will apply all of our velocity. And that'll be time. So,
Nice.
pause champ and chat. Very dramatic music playing.
Love the red gradient.
Time.
Nice. GG. Good timing overall. Well, Chaos Wolf, thank you so much for showcasing Turok.
My pleasure.
That was
Now, to give everybody an idea, this game was last ran at GDQ for AGDQ 2018, and that estimate was an hour 15 minutes, and we just finished at 53. So it has changed drastically. Oh yeah, one more thing, one more recommendation. If you would like to if you like speedrun history videos, check out the video. It's titled "The Door That Broke Turok Speedruns." Go watch that. And it'll give a history of how we as a community just tore this game apart.
I actually really enjoy watching that, so I'm definitely I'm watching videos like that, so I will definitely check that out. Once again, thank you so much for showcasing Turok 2. And for those that are also loving the hotfix thing, we are also looking for some new hotfix shows and showrunners. Use !hotfix in Twitch chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to submit your ideas. This includes bi-weekly shows, limited show runs like the Ocarina Improv, and one-day events. Submissions made before June 13th will be considered for these open show slots as well. So if you have an idea, get it in. Now, guys, like I said, later on, we're going to have Bayonetta coming up here in just a moment. While we get all that set up, this is a great time to get up, stretch, hydrate, get a snack, get some popcorn, get ready for that, and get ready for and don't forget that after the bargain bin, we're going to have Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, I believe, for Tiny Tree Fort. So it's going to be a stacked show for you all. We'll be right back here in just a moment with Bayonetta.